I am the worst about taking pictures, and as you can, this is probably an eighth of the work that I've done that I actually have pictures of, and then I forgot the other pictures. They were on my home computer. So this is just a little something to give you a snippet and really to take the attention off of me. So, but I do want to say thank you to Celia. I'm Yancey, and she called me to do it, and I don't even read in public. So I'm always the gift bearer at weddings because they ask me to read, and I say, oh, no, thanks. So I carry the gifts up, but I spoke to my husband. He said, if it scares you, looks like you need to do it. And I said, okay. And then it, like, time got away, and it was today. So my talk is about interior design and how you can actually have lasting interior design. And that sounds funny. It sounds like, oh, whatever, cute magazines. But, you know, it's an investment. And it's probably better than the stock market right now. So let's be smart about it and go buy pretty furniture. So, but it's the truth. So, but what a good interior design and lasting interior design does not mean it stays the same. It grows with you. It allows you to mature as a person, to go on trips, to see new things, to decide that you have grown out of one little phase and into another phase, and that's what good lasting interior design is. So how long should it really last? It should look fan-damn-tastic for 5 years. It should still look real good after 7. After 15, you're tired of it, but it's still okay, it's wearing out, and after 20, call me again. That's basically what you need to plan on. So how to create lasting interior design. It's not about my personal style, it's not about your neighbor's personal style, and it's not about the new color that's this year. It's about what looks good on you. They're your colors, they're not my colors. So it's your hair color, your eye color, your skin tone. You get a little older, your hair goes a little gray, like I needed a touch up, but I didn't have time. But actually, when your hair goes grayer, your skin tone lightens. So you should be able to have a color that you can then pare down a little bit, but it's still going to be your same color. So as long as you know your colors, you should be comfortable with the color scheme of your own house. All right, so then what's your taste? So of course I've spoken to my mama. I said, Mom, you know, this is what I'm going to talk about. She said, well, everybody doesn't know what their taste is. I said, are you serious? And she said, yeah, they don't know. I said, oh, okay. So a lot of times what I end up doing with my clients is I make them go buy $30 or $40 worth of magazines. I know that sounds a little frivolous, but go buy the magazines. And if something grabs your attention, you rip out that page. Okay, go through all the magazines. Do Verandas, Southern Accents, Metropolitan Home. Domino is a fun new magazine to have a look at. Atlanta Homes and Lifestyles, Savannah Magazine, you name it. Rip out pages, scoot the magazines to the side, then go back through your pages. Find out what the similarities are. You won't realize that you've got the same style sofa in about 4 different pictures. Is it the style or is it the color? So it kind of gives you a little window into what your utopian house or space would look like. So that helps. Now, to know about taste, again, it's a journey. It should be able to grow with you. You should be able to add to, educate yourself a little bit more. Don't pigeonhole. Don't just say that you have to do this one style. You know, good Mississippi term, don't shoot yourself in the foot. So you want to make sure that you just haven't boxed yourself in. So be a little bit more open. All right, now, the other thing that really makes a difference is your house is architecture. Where are you living? Is it temporary? Is it the big house you're going to stay in forever? Are you planning on downsizing in 5 years? You don't want to go buy a 10-foot long sofa and that you know that you're going to be moving in 3 years to a great patio home in Boca. You just don't want to have a 10-foot long sofa. It's just, you know, if you know it's not permanent. Now, if you're living in a big house and you're going to stay in that house, no problem. It's a good investment. I always tell people if it's a starter house, spend your money on what you can take with you. Take it to the next house. Don't do drapes for an 8-foot tall ceiling when you know that you would really like a house that has 10-foot ceilings. Your drapes are going to look midgety. So, Now the next thing, work on your game plan. You know, it's football season, so you can do a little game plan, but you basically figure out the whole design idea, the concept for your whole house. Doesn't mean you've spent any money. You just need to plan it so that you can work away at your plan and make sure that you haven't done one thing that then when you finally think of the adjacent room, it doesn't work and you have buyer's remorse. So you really need to have a vision for your whole house. And that's what I do. I do drawings for my clients on my standard little notepads, and we draw out the spaces and we start placing furniture. And it has to do with circulation pathways. You can have a huge room, and if you have to walk diagonally through the room, you've completely divided the room up. So you want to pay attention to circulation pathways, scale, proportion. It all comes into play, but if it doesn't function for your family at the point in life that your family, if you have small children, that's one thing. If you're a big, I have some clients who like to play bridge and they want to make sure that they can easily throw up some bridge tables and it doesn't get in the way and they're not having to move their furniture all the time. Pay attention to how you live and let your house do that, but you need a plan. So then, once you get the plan, you start figuring out, okay, what pieces of furniture do I already have? Shop in your house. You won't realize, but you have a ton of stuff that's actually absolutely perfect. So you start plugging in your own furniture, and then you see what you need. So you don't go buy something until you know what you need. And that's kind of the main thing, is that you need to have a focus. And you go and you say, this is the next thing on my list. I want this sideboard. This is the look I want. All right. So when the time comes, you know it's a good purchase. All right. So then how do you do it? Well, you hire a great interior designer. Okay. And what a good designer does is it's not their taste. It should be your taste. They make the whole composition come together. And that's what makes everything better. They push you to step your style up a little bit. I mean, I have some clients, I'm like, well, you can do this and it's going to be boring. Or we could do this. And it really helps. And then it needs to be a great experience. It can be better than you ever expected. And that's really what you need to do. Now, how do you find a good designer? Word of mouth. It's all word of mouth. It needs to be something that you actually consider an interview. And most designers like me, we don't just go and do interviews with clients. I mean, you go, you pay them for their time, and if it's a gut feeling, I like this person, I like what they say, I like what they do, it's a good little investment. It's also a good investment to say, ooh, I don't like her. Not asking her back. You really do need a neutral, and that's what a good designer can be. Because sometimes it's a little strife between husband and wife on what the style needs to be. So, and it takes the emotion out of it. And so it's all about the design and it's all about how you live. And that's what a good designer is. They're a neutral. They're a neutral that pushes you to look real good in your house. So, that's it. Any questions?
Yeah.